Okay, and it's Mocha Don is right. Back at you. Today is Wednesday, February 28th, but not the last day of Wednesday because this is a leap year. Tomorrow is February 29th. Anyway, welcome to the show. Today we're going to talk just briefly about immigration. And we're going to do that because I saw a post, actually saw it originally on LinkedIn, where we were talking about the fact that Americans are being detained at the Mexican border because they've been hunting in Mexico, goose hunting. And they bring back a couple of shotguns, which, in case you don't know, you can't bring guns into Mexico, but you can bring shotguns if you have a permit to import them for the purpose of your hunting trip. It's a pain in the butt. So these hunters who were detained are actually have permits, hunting licenses, gun permits into Mexico. These are shotguns. They're not some kind of evil assault rifle, you know. And yet they throw them in a cage and hold them for God only knows how long. I presume it was only hours, but it struck me as really unacceptable. It's unacceptable that our own freaking government is doing that to our own citizens while tens of thousands of people are crossing the border every week, being released into the country. And they're being released because when Joe Biden took office, he issued an executive order which literally says nobody is to be held in custody for entering the United States illegally. They're all given court dates years in the future, years, like a decade in the future, because the courts are so backed up with these bogus, and they are completely bogus, asylum claims. You cannot claim asylum from Mexico. And if your butt is sitting in Mexico, you are in what is legally considered to be a safe country. If you want asylum in the United States, you have to go to a U.S. embassy in Mexico. That would be the only way to do this crap legally. But that's not the situation we have. What we're going to do now is we're going to take a quick look at that little tape of the hunters and then see what else is going on with immigration, because it is absolutely and completely pathetic what we have going on with immigration.
This is what happens when an American citizen tries to come back into the United States of America after being hunting in Mexico legally for geese. This is what happens to an American citizen. Meanwhile, thousands of people are walking across the river in Texas and Arizona. But American citizens sitting in a cage while Customs looks at 2 shotguns and some geese to be taxidermied.
A growing number of Chinese migrants are crossing into the United States from Mexico without visas, taking irregular overland routes across Latin America. Over the course of 3 weeks, Reuters witnessed hundreds of Chinese nationals along an isolated border stretch in southeastern Texas. Reuters interviewed more than 24 of them. All of those interviewed said they got the idea to take the land route on social media and drew on influencers, private groups, and comments to plan their trips.
The people here, the police here, I think they are very kind.
The police are very kind.
That's the America in my head.
Oh yeah, and Joe Biden went down and visited the border for the first time in 3.5 years.
He should have been down here from day one to fix the problem that he created.
The Republicans haven't been serious about this at all. Come on. They haven't been serious about this.
Yeah, comprehensive immigration reform means legalizing illegal aliens. That's what it means to the Democrats. $30,000 a month. Yeah, so our communist U.S. president is going to meet with the communist president of Mexico and the communist Trudeau, and they're going to discuss what? How to make the United States more communist, how this illegal immigration is helping ruin the societies. It's just disgusting. It's despicable. And the idea that he would be agreeing to 30,000 legal migrants is BS, because he cannot agree to legal migration. The United States already has the most open border for legal immigration. We let in over 1 million legal immigrants a year. There are no legal migrants. It doesn't happen. This is a fantasy. And the idea that this country needs immigration reform, the immigration reform we need is that every single person who's caught in the United States who is not legally permitted to be here by a visa or through an agreement like with Canada where they just need a driver's license, every one of those people needs to be detained in custody for the duration of the time that they have to wait for trial. And if that's 10 years, they can spend 10 years. I'd put them in Maricopa County, Arizona, and I'd bring Arpaio back and put them all in pink underwear in the damn desert there. And they can sit there for 10 years, or they could choose to accept a felony conviction, be permanently barred from entering the United States ever again for any reason, and be returned home without spending any more time in jail. But if they ever walk back into this country again, they get thrown in prison for the duration of what would be a 10-year sentence. That's what I would do. That's what I call immigration reform. We're going to reform the system so that the immigrants who come here illegally are thrown in jail and never let out. And if they want to go to a prison for the next 10 years waiting for their court appearance, they can do that. They can sit their ass in jail, because it is not the province of this country to have open borders. And Joe Biden cannot make law. He cannot just summarily grant to 30,000 illegal aliens migrant status, whatever the hell that means, and let them in our country. It's ridiculous. How many people are coming into this country? A little over 7 million, which is based on border encounters. And Snopes actually looked into this. And this is their own fact check, and they're a pretty liberal organization. And this was done on February 22nd, so, just a week ago. 7.2 million illegally crossed the U.S. border under Biden, exceeding the population of 36 states. 7.2 million. That's more people than are in Nevada. And what's the story on that? I mean, they fact check it. Is that even true? Because there are people who don't keep up on this stuff. And sure enough, it is true. Look at that. It says the number specifically reflected border encounters with U.S. officials, not an increase of that magnitude in the immigrant population. Well, it is an increase of that magnitude in the immigrant population, because we don't put them in jail in this country anymore. We give them a little summons to appear in court 10 years from now, and we release them to be free in the United States somewhere. It's the most ridiculous policy I have ever heard of, and it is absolutely unacceptable. I don't see how any American stands for this. Democrats hate it. Republicans hate it. Who are the 20% or so of idiots who think this is okay? Who are those idiots? Put a comment in. Let me know why you would think this is okay. Put a comment in. Let me know why it's not okay. But I think I agree with that. Why would anybody think this is okay? All right, with that said, God bless. Thank you for watching the show today. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We need to get some more subscribers, and we're looking for your help. And with that, you have a wonderful day.